Make and Jim. I think we should have this part of our program on paramilitary, military law enforcement, uh, so that they have the special Zoom. In other words, we give them the opportunity to be identified in the Zoom, but uh, with uh, of course security on their part.
Yes.
If we
Yes,
can do that and they can produce a good crowd, then that is very important. Because I think we have to educate more on the military side also and the law enforcement side. Civilian, that's okay because that's in a different field. But for the purpose of Astacom, we should concentrate on educating higher grading systems for the law enforcement and also paramilitary uh, group of interested people to be upgraded. What do you think?
yes, that will be wonderful, Tuhon. And right now, the Scout Rangers, we collaborated with them during our last visit because they're preparing already all the necessary documents to officially and formally institutionalize the PTK program in the Army. The entire
We are the only martial arts that is presenting our qualification to the military and also to the law enforcement.
nobody else.
Because,
Nobody else.
we are very happy because we have two lieutenant colonels in the armed forces of the Philippines. Myself and Lieutenant Colonel Dr. Homer Matias. See? So we are identified in military with such a responsibility. Of course, in the retired Marines, I have Jack Kona there. What's the rank of Jack Kona? He's a lieutenant. Huh?
Yes,
Jack Kona
Tuhon.
is lieutenant.
Yes, Tuhon.
Okay. So later on with the NAPSOG, will have officers there also. So we will put the crowd into the our technology to the military officers and recognize the exclusiveness of the technology for them. That's the only way. And then we can enjoy teaching them without prohibition. Because there is no body that is coming into the group with has not registered into the Astacom. So we'll have to build up the Astacom membership for exclusiveness all over the world. Right, Jay?
Yes, GP.
Yeah, we have to do that. Because we are talking with authority. We are not talking about as a martial artist. We are talking with authority and responsibility. Because every time we teach, that is the extended life of a soldier. Every time we add materials for their survival, that is an added long life for them. Okay? Because no matter how they are trained in several things, they forgot that there is a missing link. Right? Your missing link is the most important thing, which is your friend that is in love will never forget. See? That's the most important thing. Anyway, we have some few minutes to play with, and then I think that is very important. So
We have plenty of time,
that
Tuhon.
because I know that in the martial arts world, we are the one that is aggressive, that is moving into the front line of enhancing the military's qualifications and expertise, and also their handling the responsibility, especially if they are given a special mission or they are on mission order. Okay. So we are a small country, but we are advanced in our military experiences. As a matter of fact, the Scout Ranger is noted for being the best in the world. Now comes our Navy later on that will equal with the SEAL Team 6 or maybe more superior than SEAL Team 6. Also Coast Guard may be better than US Coast Guards. Okay? So we are competing with our friends, but we are going to compete and kill the enemy. That's the good part of it. We are not competing with them in terms of technology. No, we are competing them in terms of technology. But we move higher, and then our technology will be used against them. Oh, some bumblebee here. Who is this bumblebee? Huh? We have a friend here, this bumblebee.
That is the mascot of Piercing Point, Tuhon.
Yeah. Oh, Katipunan has so many carving hair now. He's getting old. My golly. Is that a flower or is that a flower or some kind of arc of oh my golly, you know. It looks very
GT, I'd like to
good
acknowledge
morning.
din may mga gustong bumati sa inyo.
Good morning.
Friends and brothers, sisters, put on your video, say hello to Grand Tuhon. You still have time before we start.
What's the name of our lady here?
Siguro PJ, si Ike is on board, si Chris,
Mayang
si
buntag,
Cesar
JT.
from
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, ladies. Now you're there, huh?
Mayang buntag, JT.
Morning.
Wonderful, wonderful. You know, once we see your faces, I have no more virus in my body. I'm clear with the virus. Just to look at you. Wonderful. That's what we need.
Tuhon. Si Ike nandito. Ike, say hello to Grand Tuhon. Yan.
Mayang buntag, JT.
May ngaga. May ngaga.
May nga JT.
Ay, my God.
Nadungduan mo pa nung nagkita ta sa Manila, JT.
Say hello.
Tito Jay, parang mukha yung yung picture ni Cesar dito, parang villain sa sa Disney Emperor's New Grove. Mukha sa Emperor's New Grove na na villain.
Ikaw na. GT.
Mukhang
Hi, GT.
Hi, Lynn. How you doing?
Hi, tita.
I'm
Where are
good.
your
Hi,
bodyguards there?
Jam.
They are at your back. They want to see you. Yeah. Bert, what is that? Who is with you?
Hello, Tuhon. Good morning. May ngaga sa imo da.
Ngaga. Nung bird may ngaga.
Jam. Ha?
Yung ngaga, may sikyo na da. Oy! Ido!
Oo, man.
Wow, look
Oy,
at
may
that.
ido.
Hey.
Ano mo lang Itin man inyo, amon ganigin pa, gani amon kerpyo gani na alas 8 si Gutsubong. Alas 8 kerpyo na.
GT, laki na oh.
Bert,
Maayo kay
Yeah. Hello.
alas 8 sa
Good morning,
gabi
GT.
imbis alas 10.
Oo.
Taas pa na temprano pa ng mga sirang iba yung mga mga tindahan, mga iban.
Oo,
Tapos may Sunday lockdown. Bala mo, may lockdown kami every Sunday pero sa mga merkado, bala?
Sa market.
O, sa mga market, lockdown na kada Sunday. Nila. Amo ng budlay, bakal ka na daantis sa Domingo Oo. Pinagsaas ang kaso, tapos nang pangayo sila moratorium sa padala LSI dire. Nagpangayo siyang mayor, nagpangayo si Ben sa IATF nga pwede ipa-moratorium 2 weeks. Kay kabudlay hindi kami siyempre kataas-taso.
Oo, amo man.
The Polinos are good eaters. That's why they don't want to stop it. You know, there must be always market
Oo
open.
nga.
You know.
Oo nga
Who is this other lady? Who is this other
Si Doc
lady?
Shelo. GT. Si
Hello.
Hi,
Major,
Doc.
nandito.
Hi,
Si Marcelo,
Hi,
bala?
Doc.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see,
PJ.
my sweetheart.
Oh, good morning today.
Ah, my
Good
darling.
morning.
Herbert.
Oh, great, 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 great. What a
Congratulations sa
wonderful
support
time
sa
to be united on a
Latin
distance.
America, ha?
And a distance.
Yes.
You are my
Yes.
harmony. Huh?
We miss you, GT.
I think with this COVID, we are changing our skin, our color. It's just like the snake, you know, changing their skin, you know. Yeah.
We have time para magkamustahan.
Yes.
So,
Number one, we are trying to be extra careful of how we are being touched, and we don't want to touch. That's what. Touch me not. See? Number two, we don't want to be among the crowd because the crowd will be around us and we cannot breathe anymore because we are too beautiful and handsome. They love us, so they crowd around us. Number three, we don't just eat anything, you know, we are careful on what we eat. That's the most important thing. But the best part is that we can talk to each other on a distance. That's the beauty. That's the beauty. You're gonna say, "I love you." I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that. I love you, but I want to touch you on a distance. Who is this
GT,
handsome guy?
sina Tuhon Bob.
Good morning po, GT.
The
I cannot
JV.
see.
Tuhon.
Good morning, Toon. Grand
Good
Toon.
morning. Good morning.
Good morning, GT.
Good morning,
See,
Toon Jay. Good
what a
morning, Toon Mick.
beautiful time we
Morning,
had
Toon
during
Jay.
this. What is this? August what? August, what is that? What is the date name?
Morning, JV.
Morning, Manala Herb.
August. We call that the
Morning,
August moon. The
Corocello.
August moon. There is a song, the August moon. Really, to the other countries, this time of this situation is a misery. You can talk people in Europe, people in other parts of the world, they are miserable. But in our case, we are happy. Why? Because we have the freedom that we want. The freedom of love, the freedom of friendship, the friendship of knowing how to fight and how to defend ourselves. That's the most important thing. So there is no other world that is better than the Philippines. It's paradise, my friend. You throw anything here, it will grow. Sometimes I put my finger into the ground, it bears flowers. And that flowers, and I put it in my mouth and I try to lick it. And that is the flower of love. Finger licking good. You know that? Finger licking good. You know, some friends that I meet is, Mayo, why is it that when you are growing older, you look like an angel? I said, what do you think? Next time you see me, I'm God. Anyway, it's great fun. Meg, are you there?
Go on, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Jules,
Good to see you.
punta ka kay GT.
Don't get lost.
Morning,
No, no,
GT.
You see, my brother will be talking later on. You know, I have those two birds, they start talking to each other. And they are talking against me, you see, because I have no papaya for them, you know. But they start to talk the language of PTK. They know that I am talking in the many people, so they will be talking also. You watch that. But their
Chris,
voices
good
very
morning
strange,
from
you know.
Manila.
It rings to your ear, you know.
Yes.
GT, I'd like to introduce si Chris from Latin
Argentina.
America.
Yes, good evening, good morning, Grand Tuhon.
Wow, look at this. That is wonderful.
Greetings
crowd,
from Buenos Aires.
Good morning, Chris. Good to see
Morning,
you.
Chris.
Morning.
From Manila.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
Yes, good.
Tagalon Fair. Hello.
Hey,
Hello,
Chris, good morning.
Tuhon
Hello.
Jay,
Hello,
Yes,
GT.
morning,
How are you?
Tagalon Fair.
Mick.
Hello, good morning. Agalon
Morning.
Fernando.
Buenos dias.
Buenos
My
dias.
friend in
¿Cómo
Mexico
anda?
just got married, you know. And,
Hello, Shiti. How are you?
oh, fine, fine. Ah, you're growing glasses now, huh? What
Yes, I'm here.
I know why you are wearing glasses. You want to see beautiful girls with those glasses of yours.
Yes. I'm getting older, so
Maybe
I
one
have
day
to
you
wear
cannot
glasses
see in
now.
the distance. Huh?
Yes. How are you?
Lovely, lovely. Oh, I am still kicking ass, you know.
Oh, as always.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, you stay there, you know, that will be fun. Okay. What is it?
Yes. Thanks for all, Shiti. Hello, everybody. Great regards from Latin America.
Hello, Agalon Per.
Hello, good morning, good evening, Agalunper.
Ay, si
No, what I want terminal.
Evening, Agalon Per.
Hindi. Si Ed De Rosario. Si Ed De Rosario, may si Bob. Oh, si Bob.
Si Bob. Hi, Bob.
Hi, GT, good morning po. Jam, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Oh, it's nice to see everybody, huh? Okay. All right.
People are coming in, one after the other. So it's going to be a full house, Tuhan.
Oh, fine.
Tuhon Mick, Tuhon Jay, good morning po.
Good morning po.
Hi, good morning.
Hi,
Good morning.
Brunil. Agalon Jules.
Oh, Jules, this is wonderful. I have there is some more
Morning
questions
po.
for everybody in the Zoom, huh?
Tuhan, this is Vitaly
Wow.
from Ukraine. He's based in Argentina. He's Vitaly, a student of Agalon Fernando.
Ah, okay.
How are you? How are you? Tuhon Mick, how are you?
Fine.
Grand Tuhon. You good?
Where are you now?
Sa Argentina, Subo.
Oh, Argentina?
Pero taga-Ukraine. Pero taga-Ukraine siya.
Argentina?
I'm Ukraine, but I live in Argentina.
Taga-Ukraine siya. Nag-live siya sa Argentina, Subo. Nag-work sa Argentina.
Oh,
Yes.
You are in Argentina. You come to the Philippines. We give you a house and lot. We give you a house and lot here. You want fresh Flo Marlin? You have fresh Flo Marlin. You want big fish? We have big fish. All right. Oh, that's wonderful.
I'm great to look you,
Some additional people there.
Professor.
Okay, good. Some more are coming in.
Yes, Tuhan, we're officially scheduled 10 o'clock, in about 10 minutes from now. So we'll just have to enjoy each other's company for the meantime while waiting for the others.
That's what I was saying maybe a few minutes ago. We should devote our Zoom time to our people because I want them to be instructors, not only for civilian, but also for military, so we can qualify them, that they meet our standard in terms of teaching the military and law enforcement or paramilitary people. It's about time, my friends. You are civilian, but we can qualify you because the technology that you are going to teach is a full substance of what we are teaching in the military. It's honorable and dignified to be teaching the law enforcement and also the military as a civilian. But as a civilian, you can be qualified as paramilitary person with the technology. See? So, we encourage you to take advantage of the Zoom because here we can go straight talk, we can dissect, and we can understand the plurality of the complexities of education program. So you will have a good understanding on the principles of combat theory, and its relation to survival tactics. So we offer this with no holding back. We will see to it that you will be highly professional. As long as I'm strong and I'm still alive and I can see beautiful girls, I think I will never fail you. You're so smiling. I thought you think I'm going to get a serious talk about it.
I hear beautiful ladies. So hello.
I need. Oi, how you doing?
Hey, Father, how are you?
That's what I like. Every one of us needs an inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
Without inspiration, you can never achieve anything. Yeah.
I'm a good girl.
If you want to eat, Filipino inasal or Filipino.
Wow.
I'll
be there very soon. I'll be there very soon, Father.
Yeah.
SD, you're here?
Yes, I'm here. Finally.
SD,
Hello.
SD,
you're joining us, sir.
How are you, sir?
Hi, great friend of the universe.
Wait. How are you, GT?
Yes, yes.
Hey, class, good morning.
Wow. What a gathering of good men, good women. We are the few, the proud, the leaders.
Yeah, man, SD.
SD,
Yes, sir.
my supremo.
Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you, brother. How are you?
Of
Good.
intelligence. When your mustache is going to have to be the shelter of small bird, then that shows only that you have the wisdom of the people in the past. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay? That's what we need. How many people have that kind of distinction? Only the few. That's why we are the few, the proud, the leaders. We have the personality of being the few. The only problem I have, I can never be few because I know I don't have the mustache. I tried to grow my mustache, but suddenly I feel itchy. I cut it off. But I think, before the 2020 will end, I have to start growing my mustache. The sign of wisdom, the language of the people of the past. That is the.
Yes, sir. Of course. The language of our forefathers.
Hello. Wow, we have a police. How are you, my friend? How you doing?
I'm fine po.
You distinguish yourself as a police,
Yes po.
somebody an army or in Navy, in an Air Force, something like that.
Tohon, magandang umaga po. And to everybody po. To Grand Tohon, magandang umaga po. To the Tohons, magandang umaga. Good morning to everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Kuyang.
Good morning.
Good morning, Agalon. Good morning, Agalon.
Good morning po. Feel safe po lahat. Feel safe.
Morning, Agalon.
Morning po.
Magandang umaga po, Agalon.
Hello, good afternoon here. Good morning, where are you doing?
Cesar, say hello.
Hello, hermano Cesar.
How's everyone?
Cesar, good morning.
Something great. You look like a professor with the glasses of yours, huh? You look like Socrates.
Go to follow my class.
Or Aristotle. But nobody can change Caesar the Great. Caesar is the great. Greatest of all.
Hey.
Caesar is the greatest.
Just start a little bit.
Sometimes names carries also the truth of the past people and their names.
Oh.
So that is how it is being related to the present personality of people whose name is in the past.
Well, in my family, everyone is Cesar. I have my great-grandfather, my father, my brothers, me, and my
But there are two Caesars. The big Caesar and the little Caesar.
Yeah, 4.
Or Pizza Caesar.
Hello, how you doing?
Oh, this is Richard Cubillos from also from Latin America. Buenas noches,
Hey.
Richard.
¿Cómo está usted?
Buenas noches.
Good night. Greetings from Chile.
Chile.
Okay.
Lovely land. Beautiful. I had once people from Chile went to Brazil.
Nice.
Nice to see you,
Yeah,
GT.
Chile is just like the Philippines, a small country, but people are very intellectual in Chile. Yeah. They in the Philippines, you're fond of eating, chili, like hot pepper. You become intelligent.
Kaya ang ano, kinilaw pa.
The requirement of the Scout Ranger to be in a full-fledged Scout Ranger, you have to eat hot pepper raw. Eat it, and then swallow water in it. Maybe 1 plate of hot pepper, chili, one plate of chili.
Chili.
So that is a good test that you can last. Oh, my great friend! Why do you carry?
Gurujo, good morning.
Pocket there?
Morning, Gurujo.
Hi, good morning,
Morning,
everyone.
Gurujo.
Hello. Good morning, GT.
Morning, Gurujo.
Hi.
Widescreen ka, brother.
Hey, GT. Come on. Go up.
Morning, Mandala Rob.
Good morning, GT. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone over there. Good morning, Tuan. Tuan J, Jojo, Tuan Mick, Tuan Bob, GT.
Good morning, Mandala. Good morning.
And hello, Ella.
Hello, Ella. We saw your videos. Very fantastic. Awesome.
That's right. Okay. That's wonderful. Hey.
Uy, Jojo, parang pumapayat ka na, ha?
Ay, hello.
Parang sobrang pumapayat ka na, eh. Ano nangyari sa'yo?
Sabay sa akin. Nagpapayat ako.
Workout lang.
Papapogi.
Workout lang po. Workout.
Okay. Good.
Ayan.
Very good.
Pumayat ako. Pumayat ka rin. Payatis na tayong pangalan.
Payatis ang pangalan.
Payatis.
Sige.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome.
Hey, GT.
I'm just waiting for the order of General Meki.
We have 5 minutes to go, Tuan. So
There's me.
we can still have
To
interaction.
explode China, I will do that.
Now let's give everybody another, So
Yeah,
you could say hello and say, open your audios and videos. But when GT starts later formally, let's mute our audios and if possible shut the video so we'll focus everything on GT. Again, mabuhay everybody. Mabuhay. Cheers to our brothers in Latin America and to our brothers and sisters all over the world. This is a Katipunan gathering. And to all brothers and sisters, maraming salamat for supporting. This is the first Zoom gathering for Grand Tuhon coming in from the Brotherhood of Katipunan. So again, welcome everybody. We're still on. Let's give the spotlight to Grand Tuhon.
All right. Yay.
Jesus.
The floor is yours, GT.
Are we on the go?
Kahit na konting...
A few more minutes, Tuan. A few more minutes. Some people are still coming in.
Okay. Is this the go signal now?
Not yet, Tuan.
Not yet.
Let's wait for the others. Some people are still coming in. So let's enjoy each other first.
I think two of you will have to give some opening deliverance because it serves to some inspiration to everybody and inspiration to me also. I could hear from you that there is a message delivered to everybody in the sweetest language of all. I think we will have the greatest fun today.
Absolutely, Tuan. Absolutely.
It will be an awesome day.
Before we start, I'd like to express my greatest thanks to these two gentlemen, Johan Jay and Johan Maggie, because and the support of the whole Katipunan, because this is a kind of mission that we have to accomplish while we were here on Earth. We have a responsibility to everyone because we have to save their lives. We have responsibility also to their families because we teach them how to protect their family. And we have also responsibility to the government because we support the government. This country will be for the people, by the people, and all the people. And that is what we are. I'm surprised why the big nations has to manufacture bombs and airplanes and everything like that. Why did not spend that money in agriculture and all the economics that will serve the people to have a good life in this earth? What the hell? What do they get of fighting each other? What is the reason? And why you should have to fight each other? We are here as living creature. We have responsibility to our family. We have responsibility to our creator. We have responsibility to our friends. Why should they have to sell guns and nuclear and everything? Spending billions of dollars to go to the moon, expect that they can live in the moon. They do not know that the breath of the air in these planets will kill them. What kind of scientists that did them some study about the heavenly bodies? That is not our country. That is not our world. Our world is here, my friends. Let us be strong. A few, the proud, the leaders that is speaking to the chef. The more we are united, the more we are stronger. Because there are no inspiration from other group of people. The hope of Christianity is gone. It has been destroyed by people that are taking advantage of the government. We cannot afford to be a part of their identity. We must be exceptionally different in our character, in our treatment with people. Love, to be loved, and to be forever, we will still love everybody. That is the purpose why we have our philosophy. The philosophy is very strong. We believe in life, we don't believe in death. We believe in success, we don't believe in failure. We believe in good health, we don't believe in sickness. This must be repeatedly be a part of your conversation. Because that is the message that we could transfer to people about life, about success, and about. Let us not talk about bullshit. Right? While the senators and the congressmen in the Senate are throwing their words, like talking about budget, talking about this, right? That is not our business. Our business is to be concerned among ourselves. If we have a united Pigay Tertia, more than the population of the Philippines, then we can tell the whole world, goodbye, we are going to heaven. So my friends, I'm not trying to make an opening statement, but I'm just very encouraged to deliver my feelings why we are here today. That is very important. So, the great Mikey, are we going to start?
Well, yes, Juan, thank you for that opening inspirational statement. Anyway, good morning, good evening to everybody, to all the brothers and sisters worldwide. We gather today to enjoy a session with Grand Tuhon, the first of the 4 sessions hosted by Piercing Point and co-hosted by Katipunan. I'd like to welcome all the Tuhons on board, all the mandalas, all the senior instructors, and all the students present now. I hope you will enjoy today's session. It's going to be tactical today, and Grand Tuhon is one of the authorities in tactical training and has been the guiding light of Pigay Tertia Asia Pacific Tactical Command. And he makes sure that we enjoy and receive the technology that we as instructors can transfer to all our brothers and sisters in the armed services and the police. So without further ado, All that we would like to ask is for everyone to mute their microphones and turn off the videos, and we'll Grato will take the spotlight, and we're gonna entertain some questions later. Anything that has to do with tactics and strategy for military and law enforcement applications. Everybody please sit back and enjoy. So Grantuan, please take it away, sir.
Take away, baby. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Philippines. Welcome to my city, the city of smile, Bacolod City, and the city with sugar everywhere. We have more than 1,000 hectares of sugar plantation, and then this is the industry of the Philippines that support the United States white sugar and other countries exporting them the sweetest sugar in the world. So everything here is sweet. Sweet men, sweet boys, sweet girls, and sweet Piketty Tertia. The subject today is very important to everyone because the effort of Tuhon J and Tuhon Mek feels a great responsibility on their part that they should also relate the message to you, especially in the Piketty. In the previous zones that we have people that came in and participate, but that is just an introductory. But what spots this opportunity is the fact that the crisis of that bacteria is getting serious, and there is no guarantee that that will be abated or that will be terminated or it will be measured by stopping it. So my first message to you is that this technology that I'm going to bring to you, I have used this in the United States intelligence. I use this also in the criminal justice system. And this subject had been filtered many times by the law enforcement people in America. Because the problem in United States law enforcement is that they suffered a lot of damages because of the wrong use of defensive tactics program. And when I was in Texas, I was approached by the criminal justice system to ask me if I can help to solve the problem of the liability factor that cost millions and millions of dollars for how many years, right? You can just imagine if a police officer hit the guys in the head and then there is a laceration and there is a case, then he will be found guilty, then he will be charged with, there is what called $1 million payment by the police to this person. If you are handcuffed and your wrist cannot move because the handcuff was very tight, that's $300,000. All of those incidents caused by police brutality. So when I was asked, he says, Lee, what is your suggestion or what kind of solution I could have? Immediately I responded. I said, liability reduction factor. Because the subject is liability. So reduce the liability. I don't say, completely remove the liability. No. Liability reduction factor, we reduce it by our methodology that has been in the past. It has been the technology of the Filipinos to have a kind of technology that will be saving the lives of people. Yes, we have been fighting with the Spaniards, we've been fighting the Americans, we've been fighting with the Japanese, but our fighting is not really intended to annihilate and to finish the Spaniards. No, we are just defending ourselves against that brutality. That's why we were blessed by God that we were able to survive in those kind of incidents for how many? 333 years. We were able to save our lives. We were able to save our lives against the Americans invasion. We were saved our lives during the Japanese time. For what? Because we are still people who loves life, and this life must exist. And since we are the living example of lifesavers, then we have to continue to the present time. I will read to you here my program for paramilitary, military, law enforcement, and civilians who are interested to be a part of our team. And this is a major part of the training on the liability reduction factor. First, The first subject is edge and impact weapon control dynamics. In our system, we have two systems, actually three. First is edge impact weapon, tactical combat for military. Second, edge impact weapon, control dynamics for the law enforcers. Next, it is edge impact weapon, strategy and tactics for people who wants to refine the principles of self-defense or self-protection or to protect themselves. But the problem that has been existing in the United States is that there is no distinction on what is this defensive tactics program. So the first subject here, which we have here, I will read this because I will situate that it will be implanted into your head. That is the subject that we are going to deal with. Number 2 is offensive and counter-offensive tactical solution. We are not defense-oriented. We are offensive-oriented, meaning to say we have to know the offense before we know the defense. In other martial arts, they learn the defense without knowing the offense. So my point is, why should you learn the defense when you not know how to do the offense? To defend yourself against the offense, you must know the counter-offense, which is a solution as a defense. So it was quite a genius thinking by our forefathers that while they are observing the Spaniards fighting against the Filipinos, after the encounter, they go to their shelter and they study the technology that there will be only what they call counter-offense but no defense. And these principles that I introduced to the law enforcement in the United States provide them a good result because there is no damage on the part of the subject and on the part of the law enforcement because during the time of contact, either you contact the weapon or no contact, you are already safe because you are able to qualify your entry so that you can have a full control of the subject. That's why it's called control dynamics. So the control dynamics is the most important part of the system. Meaning to say, if you are not intelligent to understand the principles that is involved and based on the edge weapon program, then you do not know what to do. Whether it is a stake, whether it is any kind of weapon, but if you have the complete knowledge of what they call the principles of offense, counter-offense, and the solution after that, then you are safe. That's why we require only 3 moves under the principles of Tribe formula. Anything that is within the format of the human body can be controlled by using only 3 numbers. You don't do more than that. If you do more than 3, then you are in trouble. That's why the principles of 3 is the most important basic principle. All right, the other one is called the offensive as the best defense. Live blade training concept. All right, so this is the training part. Training part is you will be trained in the time that the offense must be emphasized perfectly. Right? Live blade concept. Live blade concept is the most important part of the training. And that is how to deliver the principles of geometry. The vertical line, the lateral line, the diagonal line, the reverse diagonal line, the principle of circle line, and the principles of thrust. Okay? So that is the thing that is the foundation of what we are talking about. If you do not know that foundation, then you have no right to teach anybody. So after you have that, you go into the application of arrest strategy with control dynamics. The problem in the United States is that when they arrest the people, they have to hammer the head and then you bring him to the car or put them in the patrol car. But the damage has been done. In our case, no, we don't damage the subject. We have a arrest strategy that will not hurt the subject. Okay? And that arrest technology is wonderful because, you are just touching the fellow and then put him into a proper condition that, he cannot even move. Okay? So these are the small things that are not found in the real defensive tactics program. knife-to-knife counter offense with takedown. Now that is the fun. You trust me, I trust you. I take you down. In other words, the takedown is your principles of non-counterability. See, on how to take down the person, that is our secret. Okay? It's not kicking the guy. It's not punching the guy. No, we don't do that. We just touch, and we bring him down. The principle of touch. Okay. The only problem is that the COVID now, we're not allowed to touch. You know? Don't touch your sweetheart. Don't touch your wife. And don't maybe you don't touch your food. But the principle, my friends, is it's very simple. If you know the technology. Then after the knife-to-knife, then you have to lock and lock with non-counterability. We lock and lock, meaning to say we're sure that when you lock somebody, he cannot move out from that lock. Because he is already in the frame of non-counterability. Whatever the result is, non-counterable. Okay. After that, you go into speed cuffing with come along, speed. We will teach you how to use this. The handcuff, speed cuffing, handcuffing. I was the one who introduced this speed cuffing in the United States. And they were surprised how I did it. I said, I am surprised myself. I'm surprised myself. Where did I get it? But it was effective and it was something. Then we have what we call the handgun techniques versus knife attack. Somebody point to you. Okay, what will be the solution? See, but before the guy drew the gun, then you have to spin him with the knife, and then that's it. So you learn spinning techniques, and you have the distance to acquire closest position. So all of these are the mechanics. Then you go into the problem of multiple assault team strategy. Meaning, if you are 2 officers and there are 3 or 5 people that will be assaulting you, then you have to know the strategy. And that is our part of our training. Then combat principles with elements of escape. You encounter to the combat situation, then you have to have the elements of escape. So before you go into that building, you have to study the elements of the entrance and exit. You not just go there without knowing about the building. Or you go in certain area, you have to know where are the roads and this, because if you have a car or you have your vehicle, then you can go exit. That is the most important. You have to see to it that you are safe during the time of operation. Like it's justification technique with versus legal question. Now this is very, very sensitive. How to justify your technique during the time that you are applying arrest or applying come-alongs. Because there is a tendency that the subject will resist. And your tendency is to hammer the fellow. Now, when you do that, then you have a problem. But your combat principles with elements of escape will save you and you save also the subject. All right. The legal question is up to the court. But the fact is that as long as you can justify your technique, that your life is being threatened by this fellow, then you can be free. Last is all actions must be based on life philosophy. So these are the most important, my friend, to understand. That you have to have a basis of how you deal with the people that you are engaged. All right. So now you are a police officer, you are a military officer, you are now a civilian. You have certain requirements in you. Since you study the different concepts of defensive tactics program, you have to know especially your inventory of your defensive mechanism. You have to know all the kinds of weapons that the enemy may use against you. For example, right? This is a two-edged sword. It has a saw at the back. This can be used against you. Okay? So knowing how this knife is formed, when this is open before your eyes, then you understand how to defend yourself against this. That's very important. So in order to know this, you have to have familiarization, knowing your weapons of defense concept. Because without this is your weapon for offensive tactics. Then you go to other parts of the weaponry. Okay? Then you have the two-edged blade. If this opens in front of you, then you are not scared anymore because you tell them, you know, I'm playing with that, my friend. You deliver it. Give it to me. Okay? Why? Because you have confidence in what you're holding. Because you're holding it every time, from time to time. Then you go into some other things that you have. This can be used against you. This can be used against you. So as part of your inventory, you see to it that you must know how to handle this with care. Because this is very important. An extension of your life. And of course, if the guy drew the blade, you know, you drew the blade and say, okay, we're waiting for you for a long time. Come on, baby, let's go. Okay? So with this presence of these weapons that you have, it will give you an encouragement that you have not anymore a wanderer. Right? You are not anymore a person that has problems in your life. You see? The balisong is also one of the things that you have to learn because here you understand the principles of switching this balisong to another course of action that you have. See? So all of these things are in your control, right? But against that, you must have what they call this control dynamic instruments. Do not just rely on your hand. As a police officer, as a military officer, you must have an equalizer against edge weapon. And this is what they call the principles of okay? This is your collapsible baton, or this is the extension of your life. Okay? So this one you can operate as like those sticks that you have, but this is steel. So one tap on the hand, that is finished. So you apply the same principles of combat geometry with this thing. It is light and it is handy. And how to use it, that will be your priority. But if you will go and arrest a person, you have see to it that you have an equalizer against that because he is inside the car and he is not going to open. So you have to use yours. We have to use this weapon here. It is a hard surface. There. See? It is solid steel. See? It's solid steel. It's a little bit longer. See? It's a solid steel. So, knowing your equipments is important as a part of your inventory. So you have many tools. Now, if somebody uses this against you and you have no experience of having this kind of blade in your life, the size of the face of this is very, very scary. So fear is already demoralizing you because you have no experience with this. So this versus this, you have an advantage because yours is longer and this yours is steel. And then when you penetrate with power, this thing will fly. You see? So these are things that you have to know, my friends. So if you are operating as a intelligence officer, then you must have what they call a concealed knife. Okay? Very secret. So you can use it in case of emergency. So these are the things that you have to equip yourself before you go into the mission. That's why there are lots of people that are in the intelligence community that had been victims of assault, and then the survival was very, very sad. So all of this is our responsibility, my friends, to train yourselves into this weapon. Then you have to master your beautiful, what do you call this, the instrument of peace. How to operate this in terms of perfecting the target. We have a training called zero, shoot zero. Shoot zero is you don't spend a bullet. You open the plywood, put this barrel there, then you move back 25 yards, back and forth, and there's time that every time you finish the 25 in and out, then you put one bullet and shoot. If you hit the ball, then your accuracy on the zero target is obtained. So you just practice that, right? To how to focus to the target, right? 5 yards, 3 yards, 10 yards. Back and forth, zero target, familiarization. So these are the things. We make simple things very easy. So if you are an officer or a person that is trying to live a life safe, then you have to see to it that you have to be on repetition, because your life is in here. Or else you get out from being a police or military and you go to the hotel and be a bartender there, or you have to be in the cook. You have no danger. But once you are exposed into the world, in terms of law enforcement program or other job that you will have on private bodyguard or something like that, then it means that you have to be more trained and more prepared. See? So all of this, my friend, is a part of our training concept. PK Tertia is going deeper and deeper into the danger that once we are in it, we have to survive. So here we will show you some materials that you will be using in terms of, like I will show you some handcuffing techniques. Handcuffing techniques will come along, right? Now, these are some of the things that we do, my friends. Right? So, when you are in the training, be sure that every effort for you to concentrate is, you have to put it in there. Because if you have a problem with your memory retention, then somewhere, somehow, you will lose your concentration during the time of exchanges. Because, a slip of the memory will cost your life. So when you practice, be sure that you have that ability to retain, and your memory keep on repeating to turn into what we call muscle memory. So if you have no ability to retain what you have learned, then keep continuing, because somewhere, your mind will open and the avenues of enriching it, because you were able to open up the secret of retention. So how will your retention be disturbed? Number one, fear. If your adrenaline starts to pump up, and then you have that entry of fear into your system, then you do not know how to act. You freeze. When you freeze, then that's it. You're gone. So there are certain qualifications. So my objective is, my friends, to see to it that those who are dedicated to PK Tertia, I see to it that I have a place for you to be retaining for your training, and be able to see to it that we can eliminate that mental upset or mental disengagement. Because when you are in a live exercise of blade to blade, there is no such thing as a mistake, because a mistake is a blunder. So when you encounter somebody, be sure that you're accurate in your delivery, accurate in your counter offense, and you're accurate in where you how to survive. Because as I said, there are only 3 moves. More than 3 moves, you will be in trouble. So that is where we are going to get into. So I'll show you some principles, some techniques, and some things that you will learn in this manner. Okay. Then from the live blade, then we go to the sticks and things like that. All right. First of all, I will show you what we call the speed cupping technique. Okay. Okay. So the first entry, if the guy will punch me, It punches that. So it punches that right away. See that? That bites right away. See? So from here, you go into what you call the principles of come along. This is your come along. There. Then if he goes to the car, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Okay. Then interrogation come in. Right?
I think we're gonna move here. Good.
Then interrogation come in.
Oh, wait. Okay.
All right. See, your control is over here. See? Your control. Any resistance, you just twist that. There is pain. Okay. So when you are questioning before the public, you have to hold this one here. See? By the way, what's your name again? See this artery here? What's your name again? By the way, where do you live? See this? You don't hurt him because you know when you punch like that, that is against the law. But you give him what's called tender love and care. There is part of this one here. So you do that now. See that? Your level control. Okay. Now when you go up now, then start. Then this is your handcuff now. Okay. So when you handcuff, you have to bring him down slowly. Now he face to the ground. Let it stay. Call 911. Subject under control. So do not give him any place to stay. Just you are not hurting him. You are giving him a control. Control dynamics.
Ang monitor padalo mo. Padalo mo.
All right. So from then on,
monitor ang monitor. Ang monitor. Ang computer ipadalo mo. Padalo mo para makita nila.
It's okay. We can see you, Jan. We can see you.
Hindi. That's it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Position.
Thank you, GT.
Perfect. So, I'm not doing anything with that. Especially when you are here, see? So this is now ready to be transported to the vehicle. Or you wait for the reply coming in 911. Okay? All right.
This is what you go about.
So these are the things that are important.
Allah, let's go.
Okay.
Oh, crap. That's why technicalities come in.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. You notice how I got it. See? He comes in here slowly on this. See this? As soon as it lands there, done right away. See that? Now, how would you control him? You can control to the back and in that position. See? Now, another way that you have to lock him in, pass again. See? And this is your position. Right? So they can see that. Oh, yeah. So then as he goes down, Here. You put your feet there, and this one here. So this one is free. So if there's another subject there, you can shoot. There. Like that. But this one is, although you have not completed the copy, but there's lock already. See, your leg lock his arm. Then, you can ask him, huh? You can interrogate him. Huh? Anyway you want it. You don't punch him or some injury. Just a principle of control dynamics.
Yeah, okay. Allah.
There are several series of this, but I don't touch on other things. We will just have that one about that. Okay, so from these principles, my friends, in the absence of the handcuff, we use your hand technique. Okay, so
That's it.
so if he punches that right there, see that? I go that direct. Okay, now then that will be my come along. Put your hand back. That's it, see? Yeah. So you can take him down if you want to. Now you want to come along. Now, see that? See? So he cannot do anything. Right? You bring him to the car, depart to the car. What's your name again? What's your name? Where do you live? See? See that? That's the process. Though you'll come along, which is a very normal use for arrest or stopping a violent offender. Okay. So what is this? What are the things that you can do here? Okay, you can do here is to simply you grab this one here and then put it over there. See, and then have a continuing locking principle. That's called lock and lock. Okay. He cannot move. So what we are doing here is the principles of geometry. When I come to here, when I touch this one here, did I see that? I form a triangle. Right? When I bring this down here, it's a triangle. When I come in here, that's a triangle. Okay? So I form a triangle. So during the time when I come in here, this, now that's a triangle. Apex 1, apex 2, apex 3. So your solution is based on the formula, so a trivial formula, using the principles of geometry by the principles only of 3, 1, 2, and 3. I don't do more than that. If I move over here, that's 1 and 2 and 3. See that? That's 3. When I was doing this in the States, they are surprised. How did I get to it? I said, you guys, for the last 50 years, your rigid tactics program have not taught you to that kind of ideas. Yes, no, but we are going to this block and security and etc. So that means they have not really dig deeper into their system as far as defensive tactics program is concerned. Because they think that the person that they are fighting with or arresting has no knowledge about fighting. But the guys are also knowledgeable. Okay, so we have a cycle. So from there, this is your training. This is your move. There, then you cut it here, then move, then lock it up. Okay? Then control that. with that. Give it a good hand. There. See? There. Yeah? Or you can click this one here. Lock it in. So lock and lock. So these are the process as far as securing the subject. You don't hurt him. You use the principles of control dynamics. Okay. So now I will say you control that. Okay. Right. Any more slope, you just get it out. Okay. That's another control dynamics. You're not hurting him. You're not him. Okay. Okay. So if any action you come in, then you go to the back, plug it in. See? It's very simple. So my friends, you know, when we do this technically, you are providing an advantage to the police officer or to somebody without going into the extremities of doing it. So when we go higher into the extremes, contact is made, lost the senses. Okay? Oh, here, this is one here, and over there. See that? One is here. See? Okay. After that, follow up, and over here. Lost the senses, control that. Okay, that's it. Keep it up. Okay, then bring it down. Okay. So, our remedy for violent offenders is to lose the senses. Okay. Lose the senses. To the eyes. Back it in. So, able to execute that. Or if it moves well, you just bring it down. So you want to bring it down, see? So, very, very simple. Because the simplicity is he deliver his hand for your convenience. Meaning to say, when he gives the hand, that's mine. I bridge. I use you give me your hand for bridging. Then I control that. So you notice if he come here and he leave his left hand there, leave it there. Okay? So you're watching that. Okay? So meaning to say when you're here, you're watching that. You are prepared for that. So these are very important. You can do this in a cycle basis. Okay? In a cycle basis, meaning to say, now I watch that, he doesn't check. You can apply that. That's not. Okay? You can hit that. And see? See that? Now he can control. I cannot do anything because you know you go and see that 25. So the person lost his senses. Lost his senses. When you have that, he lost his senses. Meaning, he cannot concentrate anymore. Okay. So after that, to lose his senses, you bring it down. So your control factor is on this line, the carotid and today, esophagus. There, see that? Reflection. All of this is just a principle of touch. I do that, I could go to the eyes. I bring it up. I could break that. I could finish that. All of this, gentlemen, is just a simple procedure, but it can be done. It can be done on partner to partner. Okay, you can train each other. If you have nothing, there's nothing. So in all of this, we prepared ourselves against anybody. We care who is. Okay? But the most important is we have a very important training. The training must be a continuous process so that you will develop that muscle memory. We will show you the use of the safety button now. So you are a police officer approaching this government offender. Okay? See that? When it hits there, it starts. See that? So when it is not open, no? Yeah. See that? Even there, now. Then how to go? Yeah, so they break it down. Release that. Not enough. Okay? Before you just comes up. Okay? So your safety button is safe. Because why? You didn't damage him. Alright, what you have to do is just bring it down. Okay? And then handcuff him while he is on the ground. Handcuff while he is on the ground. But when you institute expression here, there you see. Hit that up, see that? Hit that part of the hand, you see that? You have to have this close. You see that? I didn't make it strong because that is too big. You bring that. See that like this, no? See that? See? So your safety button is very safe, I think. As your equalizer against multiple opponents. This different
That's a classical one.
Yeah, compare with this one here. See this one from Germany. See? Shut it up. You just press this point here and then see? So he look at the small. His neighbor's not. You see that? This is very heavy. See? Okay. So, see that? When I whip this, it's very, very powerful. See that? This one too.
Pa.
Okay. This one is more. Okay. So, see, the safety button. Safety. Imagine you will hit that. Any parts of the arm will be hit this, and then So it is important that we have this appreciation because in learning all these things, it has that. Learning all these things is very important. Now, as far as the principles of the application of the hand technique, with or without people, you don't have to be safe with you, so he delivers that not to without on the line. See? Now he comes in, move, and put him down. So when you're throwing him down, you shoot him in, and then go with him in, and then you're going to pack, drop him to the ground. So we will learn how to patch. See that? See that? You can go there or you can go the other way. Now you pick up that. So it's a very diverse way of acting. But the good thing is, those are senses. Those senses. Okay. We call that diversion. So all of this is important. But the key is, if you go into the knife training, you have to go back into the principle of Sabayan as your means of going into maintaining your memory. Yes.
Yeah.
So your Sabayan is very important to gain that momentum speed.
GT, would you like to have a short water break so we can throw in some questions?
What do you say, Jam? What do you say?
Let's have a short water break, Tuhon, so we can also ask some questions. So the floor now is open for questions. Anybody would like to throw in any question from the material GT presented a while back? Kindly unmute yourself. That was awesome, GT. Yeah, that's good.
Jam, you listen. You listen. Repeat that again.
Again.
Jam. Yeah,
that was awesome, GT. And we're opening the floor for some questions about the material you presented. So you showed us some techniques on safety baton system, which you showcased in the US when you started teaching the law enforcement, right?
Yes. Safety baton tactical training, meaning to say, you don't hit the person into some sensitive areas, especially the head, collarbone, or hitting the knee, or hitting the plexus. You concentrate on the rest factor, the rest, okay? Because the one that is holding the weapon is the rest. Okay? So it is justifiable because you could present it to the court. Your Honor, he's holding this blade, he's holding this knife, he's holding this stick. I have to control this. So your subject is control dynamics. The fact that it is control dynamics, there is no use of force. There is no aggressiveness. There is no violent use of force. But if your program of instruction does not specify a specific application, then you are liable. But the word control dynamics is to situate that you must control the subject. Now, if there is damage on the arm, that is acceptable because the guy is hitting you with force. So what you did is to situate that, you touch the hand. You don't say hit the hand. You touch the hand and then you try to control the person. And you can show that to the court. But no, this is what he did. He tried to hit me. I touch the hand that hold the weapon. And then, and so many officers saved their life like that. But in the old system, because the Coca method, hit the head, hit the collarbone, hit the plexus, hit the trunk, hit the knee. When you use the word hit, you are in trouble. So meaning to say, you have to be very careful in handling defensive tactics program. Since we are trained on a defensive way, our defense becomes the counter offense. So we don't have to worry about what they are going to do because every time we tap them, it's there. You are there already. Okay. All right. I'll show you to you. Okay. All right. All right. What is control dynamics? Okay. And what is Controlling the subject. If the guy is holding a whip on his hand, and he will hit the police. So I touch that, I control that, and I come in. See that? See? Oh, see that? I'm on the way. I shoot to the court. Oh, no, he's coming to me. I touch the hand. Right? But he will not release it. So I come in and I try to control this. And I control this. I give him it so I can bring him to the ground. Or in case that you go to the principle of liberation. Liberate him so that I will not get into breaking. So we have what's called the cradle system. Okay? After we hit that, the way you bring him there, see? That's how we cradle him. We don't throw him, we cradle him by taking him down. The difference? Because if you use your throw and then the guy hits the center of the ground, that is liability. Anyway, for the person, and there are witnesses that you throw the guy down, or judo, or aikido, then you're in trouble. But in our case, we are very careful because why? Master is controller, is the controlling factor. It's controlling factor. And you can hit that. You can shoot that. Very good. That's why we give it, because pop, they will come in. In other words, when you hit that, there is no more force. Pop, they come in. Destroy that. See? There. So because that. Why? Because there is a smash already. Oh, that is smash, no? See? Or I whip that. No? See that? When I whip that, look to the flexor so that here we have a little jerky here. So, find the proper control to justify the purpose of your target. There is no other way. The person will say, well, I didn't use my hand because the presence of the weapon is already there. Okay? So, as an officer of the law, you have your control dynamics instrument. You don't say stick, instrument. That is your instrument. That's why when we go into contractation of the laws, it comes under process there. See that? The contractation of the laws is coming in. Ito ba? Your sige na, your kabayan is also it. That's not the deal. Timing. So once that is established as a part of your training methodology, proceed. Because the weapon is there. No matter what he does. As I said, when he attacks, start low. All attacks, higher attacks is controlled by lower attack, counter attack. Delivers that, I go by trust. So don't be afraid of that. If it's that, go. So all these are very important. But we simplify the situation under the principles of combat geometry. Right point? Understanding the principles of triangle. Apex 1, Apex 2, Apex 3, Apex 1. Apex 2, Apex 2, Apex 1. Okay? So when you are already familiar with that, no matter how wild is the attack, no can always, no weapon can attack, back contact weapon, back contact. So how did you get this? Then from the principles of blow against the wrist. Libertad. No? See that? I contact the people. All right, no contact. Pa! No way con contact. Contact. That's the hit. Okay. Sí. Contact. I contact you with. I will not allow you any quarter. I will give you any quarter. But when I hit, I hit. So the principle is there. I touch. I touch. Subject is violent offender. 5 times in the prison. He escaped several times. Record shows he is a criminal. He's a killer. What you did is justifiable. But his record is a escape from jail. Violent offender. So that's why the president is very, very strict. Take care of your job, I will take care of you. Okay? Just know what is legal. And I will see to it. I will take care of you. Meaning, if in case you will find guilty, then the president will pardon him. Because all these acts are all justifiable. And that should be the case of the duty of the military person or law enforcement or paramilitary person. You cannot change that. But they have not discovered the solution that will provide a very trustworthy responsibility on controlling the subject. No, they have not done that. How many millions and millions of dollars in the United States? How many municipalities are there? And every municipality had suffered liability factor. I was the one who introduced the liability reduction factor. So when I teach you this process, it's because it has been proven. It has been tested on over and over again. That's why I was surprised that the police Association of America called me one day, and they have a ceremony with me. The ceremony was, they put me under the Police Hall of Fame, under the Edgar Hoover Meritorious Award. I'm not a police. I'm not a civilian. I'm not a American citizen. I'm a civilian. I'm not a police. And they gave me that all. Why? Because I did what other people did not do for the country. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. The same here today. Philippines. We can also do the same thing for our friends. Ask not what you can do for your friend, but what your friend can do for you, then I can do for you. Simple as that. So important, my friend, that we are a distinguished people that have the intelligence of our forefathers for many hundreds of years. I owe this knowledge from our forefathers because they were the one who tested this all over and over and over again, and it cost lots of lives to perfect one technique. Believe me. Believe me. One proof of that, this was not a real battle, but the first tournament in Cebu 1979, they put everything. The best people in Eskrima armies against one American. And he told me, Leo, this guy is got only for 20 seconds. I said, I didn't bring him here to win. I didn't bring him here to lose. I brought him here to kick your ass. So when the fight was all eliminated, 10 of those. The best in Cebu, the best in Danao, the best in Luzon, the best in Manila. Batangas, Cavite, so we are not talking, my friends, because we did it. No, it is the destiny that vegetation will run supreme in how to install and instill the culture of our forefathers, that it will be remembered forever. It is our forefathers' responsibility to relate the message of security to those who are involved in this and practice what has been done in the past. That is the biggest or the greatest gift to us who are alive today. Practice what we have done in the past because it will save your life. I don't know if they think that is more than that. The gift of combat geometry, my friends. So, my request, please, do not confuse your mind, do not confuse your muscles, do not confuse with anything else by involving yourself into so many things. Putting some pollution in your system. Aikido, Jiu-Jitsu, Krav Maga, all of this. What does it do to you? Does not give you a security of that part. Because when that blade can start to rock and roll, forget it. All what you have learned will be forgotten. It will be in the garbage. You'll be running more than being chased by a pit bull. So I urge you to be really evasive, very strong, determined, to be a perfect warrior. Because if you are not in the blood of your forefathers, you are not there. You are not here with me. You may be going somewhere else. See, why do I care about Piquito Tercia? But the fact that your bloodline, my friend, is the bloodline of your forefathers who fought against the hostility of those people that invaded your country, you are here because that is a calling on you, that you have to save your generation, especially your children and children and children, and your family. That is the most important. We are not calling for tournament, no. We are calling for defending the rights of our parents, of our children, and everything that we have. Believe it or not. And that is my mission, my friend, is to see to it that this generation will be saved. And how many people I can save, I will be very happy. How many police have been testifying in the Philippines here? Had it not been for Piquito Tercia, this would have been dead. People have some sickness. They just believe in the philosophy of life, success, and good health. They will relieve, and they are still in the functioning people. And you ask some of the police and the police department. To on Mike and to on Mickey and to on Jake, are the members of the Rakipuna. Don't you know, my friends, that all of the things that we do, there is always somebody watching us. And that somebody is the spirit of your forefathers. You believe it or not. But if you believe with them, they will give you miracles. Believe it. They are not dead. Our forefathers are not dead. The body decomposed, disintegrated, dehydrated. Their body is gone, but the spirit is coming to us. And what happens when there is a member of the family which they choose to be there in that child? At the beginning, that child, grandfathers enter into the body of the kid. And as the child grows, all the characteristics of the forefathers, all the mannerism and all the way they talk and all the way they move are all ending. That is the forefathers' personality. And sometimes when the old people's around and young, the children then say, you know, Caesar, you talk like your great grandfather. The way you smile, the way you express your movement and everything, you look like your grandfather. Right, Caesar? Why is that so? Because we are. Our body is there. It is already the body of our forefathers. That is in you. But if you don't know how to protect this body of yours, that forefather spirit will leave you. Especially you commit murder, you do some dirty stuff, you put alcohol, you put tobacco, you put everything to destroy your body, the spirit will run away. You will go to another generation. You will go to another children. If you have brothers and sisters, they will go. That's the danger because when your grandfather spirit will leave you, then you are finished. You are forgotten eternally. That's why the reason why I'm implanting this to you, my friends, not because of anything else. But I want you to be a living memory of those who are alive today. And tell them, we have to save our lives. That is my message to you. And as long as I am strong, you are welcome. We will see to it that all the things that needed for you to live for another 100 years, we have to do that. Have to be accomplished. We cannot
GT,
gamble ourselves for something else. We
GT,
are living in a very decent life. We don't want anybody to destroy that. But
Hello.
this is now the crisis that even no matter how we are trying to be good, some people from the other side are trying to destroy life by giving us that goddamn virus. Why in the hell did not do some experiment 5 years, 10 years ago against possibility of infiltration or using bacteria or this kind of germs to destroy the enemy? Why not? Why did not do a research against the virus, against the bacteria, against a... They were able to do something about typhus fever, tuberculosis, and all other communicable diseases. Why not this one? Why not? I mean, to see billions of dollars were spent going to the moon, going to stars. How about this? How many millions that we spent in researching, testing all over and over and over again, the kind of solution against this COVID. Until now, it is still fragmented. There is no such thing, no assurance that it will be 100%. As a matter of fact, the Chinese scientist is the one that is going with other scientists to say, oh, we will have this for the Philippines, that, you know, you will be good in December. Bullshit. And you will be injected with that? Are you sure that that is safe? I don't want to allow that to inject me, especially with the Chinese solution there. This is England, whatever it is. But Mickey is going to take that anyway.
hello, GT.
Thank you,
Hello, GT. Thank you for walking us through the connection between our culture, Piketty-Tirsia philosophy, down to strategy and tactics as we translate it to military and law enforcement application. GT, we'd like to thank you for showing us the fusion between blade and the impact weapon applications down all the way to empty hand control. GT would like to open the floor for any questions from those who are present, so we can address some queries that they have in their minds. So
that
please.
Is what we are here for. That is what we're here. That's what we are here for. You know, you ask question, I answer the question, and when you answer the question, you give me. I'll give you also another question.
Yes, sir. Anybody on the floor who would like to throw in some questions?
Yes.
Okay, Tuan, ako muna. GT, it is a natural tendency for offenders to grab the weapon of the law enforcer. So it is the natural tendency of the offender to grab the weapon of the law enforcer. Can we show some techniques on how to retain your weapon? If you're holding a baton, if the offender will try to grab your baton.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Sometimes the tendency of people who learn, especially seminars, right? The moment they get out from the seminars, 50% is lost right away of what they have learned. Why? Because once they get out from the seminar, their thinking is changed. They lost the substance of what they have learned in the seminar. I have tested that to some people. as I often said, after you get out from this seminar, you can meet somebody on the street and he will try to teach you because how they teach you how he will try to test you how good you will be. See the point? But how many people, what percentage of people that are disciplined to do that? Why? Because if there is no discipline in the beginning of the life of this person, then he has a tendency to deviate from the realities. That's why our forefathers educated us as children to be obedient, to be doing this, to be doing that. You pray, you ask permission, and like that. Those are simple practices that you have to maintain to respect the people, the parents. But nowadays, it is not anymore observed. That is the burden of the parents today. That's why, as much as possible, we are trying to bring this concept back to life. And that is our job as instructors. How to provide a constant retention of what they learn. And that retention has to be exercised by several processes. Number one, develop into muscle memory. Number two, develop the test of pain. Pain is one thing to be remembered. Once the person is sit right there, and then he will remember that he will not commit a mistake, because when you come back again, you tell him, I'm gonna hit you there again. See the point? So there are many ways of developing, but if we are developed, or we were developed in the beginning of our existence as kids, like what I have done in my younger days. I live by the way, why the horse whip. Any mistake, I'm being whipped. I stand on the table every morning, how to do the footwork. If I commit my footwork, then I have another whip. I ask permission. If I don't ask permission to leave the house, I come back, I can get whipped. If I forgot to kiss the forehead of my grandfather, I get whipped. So meaning to say, there is a reminder, but today you cannot whip your children. It's against the law. But spare the rod, spoil the child, my friend. Look how many kids, drugs, because they don't listen to their parents.
GT.
What we do here in PK Tertia is to sit with, that's why I don't like that, once you started with PK Tertia, don't be jumping to one there, another there, and you have all the things that you want, all the kind of Marathi, Yodo, Aikido. You cannot even understand the first beginning of PK Tertia, then you jump to another martial arts. What are you? Then I guarantee you that you will be good, because you cannot have a set of mind. Just like going to school. First you study, shall we say, law. You cannot handle with law, you go to study biology. You cannot handle biology, then you go to literature. Then you go to literature, you go to some elementary school degree. Okay. And how many students in the school now who can solve mathematics, algebra, geometry, chemistry, all of this? How many percentage? Out maybe of 1,000 students, only maybe around 10% knows about mathematics. All goes into what kind of degree? Psychology, sociology, rural development science, whatever it is. Right?
Hello, GT. Can we open the floor for any questions from those present?
Mike, or Jam, what is it?
Jam?
Yeah. Yeah.
What is it, Jam?
Okay. Okay, Jam, we're opening the floor for questions from those present in the seminar. Anybody would like to ask any question relative to the presentation of GT today, or anything that you would like to ask?
GT.
Yeah, go
Hello?
ahead. Go ahead.
GT. So the first part, when you taught the verse, was there's a terminology you spoke of this catch. where when you catch and then you went to the lock and you said something in a language.
Oh, yes, we can do a program, and we can put it in writing. You know, I mean, as far as it depends. If you want to concentrate on purely survival tactics or defensive tactics, or as a general training program, no, why not? We're flexible because all of the things that are coming into the principles of defensive tactics program are all simple, and that way, it has application that you cannot miss it. You cannot miss it. Okay?
Right.
So the use of, especially on the principles of offense and counteroffense, that has to be grilled from time to time, right? Without changing the momentos of striking, because the more you practice those angles, you let somebody attack you, and then you answer only onto protective line, which is diagonal line. That's how you're doing it. That's what you want. In other words, he gave your weapon, that's yours. Every time you release that, he released that weapon, that is yours. That is not him. That is not his anymore. You destroy that weapon. Every time he gave your punch, that's good because he brings his hand to you and you destroy that arm. In our case, one touch, one down, one touch, one capture, one touch, one kill.
Yes, sir.
Depends on your judgment. If he's a highly aggressive person and he intends to do some harm with you, then double the force.
Yes. Oh.
You cannot live by peace alone, because the guy is intended to kill you. Give him the quality of peace that he wants. Okay? Let time takes care of itself. But the fact that he is a violent offender and he has aggressiveness and with the intention to destroy you, don't think about it. Don't hold bar. Don't hold any bar.
Yes, sir.
That's the principle. Because our forefathers were not idiots, to wait for the Spaniards to kill them. Any action that they get, immediately they have the triple hit and that's it. So when you face the reality of solving problems, immediately register the right application in split second. Don't wait more. Let judgment take care of itself. But at least you're alive. That's the most important. So in order for you to be effective, then complete your mentality. Your mentality, there must be a killer instinct in you. And that killer instinct has to be controlled by your control dynamics. That's the most important.
Thank you,
You can learn 20,000
Salamat
techniques,
po.
but if you have no killer instinct, that is useless.
Thank you, GT. Thank you, Mandala Rob, for the question. Brother Arnel is raising his hand. I think he has a question. Please take the floor, Arnel.
GT, magandang gabi po. GT, so I notice when you're doing the restraints, it's mostly gunting and pari salute. That's where seems like, is that what you recommend for us to practice mostly? The gunting and the pari salute when we're practicing these techniques. It seems like that's the common denominator of the things that you were demonstrating. So how much should we practice this? The gunting, practicing with our hand, and the pari salute. Yeah, like what I've said, it seems like that's the common denominator.
Very simple, my friend. Remember, we are talking about geometry. Geometry. First, in geometry, you have what they call this theorem, correct? Second, you have given. The number is given. Third is let X, meaning find the unknown. From let X to the LCD, lowest common denominator down to the feet, there is a space between let X and LCD. That space is your what you call your ability to function in solving the problem. See, in solving the problem. So the formula is given that x times plus number, etc. So there is a formula to use during your what do you call this? During your solution or equation, so that the LCD can be found. So, meaning to say, two things that you have to remember: weapon contact, no weapon contact. In a weapon contact, there is a rule. There's a solution. Weapon contact, go to contra tercia doblados and go to, what do you call that? Traverse. Right? Any attack. Right? Now, depends on you whether you want to execute the necessary technique that will immobilize right away or take his hand off. It depends. But the most important is you must act according to the direction of the attack, and then you do the counter attack. But there is no blocking, there is no stopping. So it must be deliberate, and such action must be effective right away. So it requires a lot of exercises, a lot of motivational process of perfecting that. And if you are religious in your training, then you can get it by somebody who is also willing also to learn as fast as you can. As a matter of fact, the what do you call that? The process of combat geometry is to shorten any action, because we are only required 3 moves, 3 steps, 3 moves, 3 attacks. If you cannot hit him within 3 seconds, something is wrong. Something's wrong. That's why what I want is to see to it that who would like to go. See, there are 3 things. First, your skill development must be given such importance that you have to do to reach to the highest peak of your excellence in terms of skill. Number 2, expertise. If you want to be expert in single knife, double knife, or single stick, double stick, or other things, let me know. To see to it that you will be in that grade of expertise. Now, the last step is your mastery. In mastery, we will bring back the memories of good times. Then we will go into live blade. With me. Okay? Nobody else. Because if you play with other else, they will cut you, because there is no such thing. They cannot adjust on how to control, on how to. So in other words, it's up to your decision to reach the highest goal of your ambition. Okay? So when you are facing the reality of life and you want to see to it that you can survive at all costs, then decide.
GT, we have a question from Lieutenant Angel Aguilan from the PNP.
Oh, yes, my friend.
GT, good morning. To the Tohons, good morning po. Everybody, good morning. It's Tohon, it's not a question per se, Tohon, but it's a form of gratitude and appreciation to the PTK organization.
Yes.
Because for the information of GT and others, I've been in the police service for 23 years up to present. I was a product of the Edge Impact Weapon Edge Impact Weapon Control Dynamic. I was trained by Tuhon Mickey, Tuhon Bob, Tuhon Jay, Tuhon, and I was the second batch. And prior to that training, when I was a rookie policeman, it's very difficult for us GT to arrest a person. Like you said, what's happening in US really is it's also happening in the Philippines.
Yes.
So during our rookie day, for a short experience, short story only. During our rookie days GT, in our training as a basic policeman, we were trained to unarmed to arrest. But during the application in the real McCoy, we experienced so much difficulties that sometimes we were forced to throw the handcuff to the suspect for them to handcuff themselves because we were afraid to approach that something might happen to us. We may be hurt or we may hurt the suspect. But when we were trained under your leadership and supervision, when we were trained by Ton Mikis and other Tuhons, we were surprised and we became knowledgeable that there are techniques that we can reduce the result of harming the suspect and harming us by the suspect. So it's like just like you said that when you do something, you do it directly. You do not. It's a muscle memory. So during the training, we were taught the basics, and when we finish the training and during the application in the field, it's not the step by step, but it's an instant reaction from us police officers like Agalon Manny, who was with me for almost 10 years. We've been partners for 10 years already. So we've been practicing that when we arrest suspects, because sometimes it's very difficult to arrest suspects, GT, because the suspects got hold of the electric post, got hold of the metal gate, and sometimes the relatives are preventing us to arrest their relatives. But because of the what we learned in PKT, we were able to employ the necessary techniques that may reduce the criminal liability that may be imposed against us. So I'm a living witness of that edge impact weapon control dynamic, GT, and up to now I still want to learn, and I want to learn from you, from other Tuhons. But due to this pandemic, we're hoping that we can train again, because law enforcers need that technique. That's all, GT. Thank you very much.
I like your confession, my friend. You know, this has been the burden that I have in the United States. United States had suffered 60% liability factor because the police themselves are afraid to execute the right procedure. But the fact that they were trained by the Japanese Kuga method, telling that, you know, you have to hit the head, hit the collarbone, hit the knee, and things like that. So between the subject and the police officer thinking about his position in the police is hesitant to execute the right procedure. And then, if there is an aggressive attack by the subject, he is prone to hit the person with a baton in the head to see to it that he can control subject. But it then solve the problem, because the problem goes to court, and then sometimes the police is kicked out from the department, and sometimes the damages is not only 2 million and 1 million, it's several millions because the brain has been damaged. So when I introduced the liability reduction factor, the first principles that I taught is to see to it that the principles of offense and counter offense, meaning I don't teach this blocking technique. I train how to hit, how to touch the hand, the rest. Because the person has a weapon or no weapon at all, when you touch the rest, it's easy for you to handcuff because there is no more strength in that. Okay? You are not hitting it, you just touch it, especially on the collapsible baton, which is steel. Okay? Or even the flashlight, it can control. Secondly, If there is no reaction, then you go to the what you call that, the pressure tactics. Pressure tactics. Yeah. Right into the below the ear, there is an artery there that you can touch it and push it down, and he will go down. Right into the throat and to the carotid. I have applied that several times. The 6-footer, whatever is, whatever is, I can put him down. So people sometimes, although they pass into the Piquetercia, but they have not, I mean, it passed into some instructors that to have not experienced in actual confrontation. Meaning, they have not even killed the mosquito, they have not even killed the rats, they have not even killed the cockroach. And there they are brave to teach this, to teach that, but they have not even experienced pain. So how could you expect an effective teaching when the fellow does not even understand what this pain is all about? You see? But if there is pain in his training, then he knows how to execute and be able to accelerate more effort to see to it that the subject has to yield to him, not to wait for him to see to it that, he can surrender or something. No. The voice command is more important also. Voice command. Voice command is saying, when you tell the down, come on, get out. See, those are the kind of command voice that will threaten the subject. But if you don't, you totally go down, sit, there is no command, there is no fear. See? So when you are in the police work, my friend, you are exposed 24 hours a day, or anything will happen. So as a police officer, you must have to exert an effort how to train yourself in the absence of the instructor. That's why when I provide a training program, it has to be hard pain training, because that is the same way when the enemy is going to attack you, he will give you pain. But you double the pain that you give it to him, and then he understands that. That's why I use what they call the iron ball. Slapping the iron ball. And then go to the dumbbell, slap the dumbbells. Slapping the iron ball, meaning when you slap the guy into the face or hit the head with the slap, it will not create any blood at all. You will shake his brain, and then he will lose his senses. Losing the memory of the subject is one of the techniques that you can develop. But it has to be you. That's why my training is special training for that is to give into that, to go into that process of loosening the senses. If the person, and this is right mind, lose that senses. Okay? Now that is the secret. No matter what he is thinking about, lose the senses. You see? So, if you want to have some time to go into that, then, that's why I said to Paul Mick and, Jay, we have to be hard in training with the police because the police is exposed 24 hours a day. The military is there. When there is an order, it's time to move out. But even then, the same procedure. See? That's why in the army there is called the scout ranger. The scout ranger is trained specially for that purpose to destroy the enemy in all that they can do. On what they can do, that is beyond the question. Okay? Also with the Marines, you have the special forces. All of them, they have special forces people has to be trained on a special way. So if you can train one company of men, why not train the whole 1,000 men? Is it difficult to train 1,000 men? Okay. Why do you have to select only one battalion? For the whole brigade, train them as hard as you can. See? They cannot even swing that stick for 3 hours. You know what they do? Iron ball. Then hard, solid pipe, steel, hit the tire 500 times. So if you are hitting the tire 500 times and you hit somebody with that, do you think he will not try? So, I don't believe in that. No. It's the training and discipline that's important.
GT.
How to put killer instinct in somebody's head.
GT,
Yeah.
GT, it has been over an hour and a half already, and I think there are no more questions. We just wanted to make an announcement about your next schedule and what you're going to discuss on
Wherever
your
your
next
unit
schedule.
is, whoever you are, your unit is, bring me there. I'll show you how to turn you into a killer instinct.
Yes, sir.
Yes, GT,
Tonjay,
yes, I will.
Tonjay,
Thank you, GT.
Tonjay, would you like to announce GT's next schedule?
Of course. GT,
There's nothing
maraming
impossible
salamat
under
po.
the heat of the sun.
Yan. Hello, GT. Maraming salamat po sa lahat to everybody who joined and supported the first Katipunan Zoom meeting with Grand Tuhon, and for Piercing Point to host this. We'd like to invite everybody again on the next Sunday for Piercing Point and Grand Tuhon. This would come in next Sunday. For Grand Tuhon, it would be on the 23rd. Again, we will see Grand Tuhon on the 23rd again with Jam Jam. And they will present to us another set of good skills of Tikititirsha. So, friends and brothers and sisters, maraming salamat.
Food for thought. I'll give you an example.
Yes.
If I train Tambisio like a kid, he would not wipe out the whole generation of masters and grandmaster, whatever it is in Cebu. And after that, they say that, Tikititirsha won only because the judges were ranked. Then I open up the Battle of Grandmaster in Bacolod in 1998. What's the rule? No headgear, no battle armor, no referee, no judges. Surrender policy. Nobody came. Nobody came and fight me. For what? I told them, you fight me, I'll kill you. Simple. Okay. So there is no such thing as impossible. As long as you are determined, if you want to conquer a castle, build that castles, even the castles fall. You cross the bridge, burn everything to the ground, never look back, burn everybody. Simple as that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is Tikititirsha.
Thank
Pare,
you.
patay ka. Patay ka, pare.
Very well said, Tuhon. And we would like to thank you for sharing your time. Jam, thank you then for helping out Grand Tuhon. And now it's rock and roll time. We'll be having our open mic, and you may now open your videos. So the interaction will now begin. So Tuhon, thank you very much po. Those who would like to bail out of the session, you may do so. Those who would like to stay, please enjoy. Tuhon,
My request to these people is to situate they come back so that we can impound more. We can empower more clarity on how is it training is all about. The reason I want to stay in the Philippines for the rest of my life, because I don't want that the Filipinos will be undermined by any nation for that matter as far as defensive tactics program of concern, or as far as martial art is concerned. I want you guys to be superior in everything here because I told everybody, Filipinos are the most intelligent people in the world. Sino ba yun?
Maraming salamat po, GT.
Oh.
And with that, let us not
I will
forget
spend the last drop
August
of my
23.
blood to train every one of you. Guaranteed.
Salamat po.
Salamat po, GT.
Salamat po, GT. August 23, everybody.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy.
GT, thank you.
You make my day.
You made our day, You made our day.
Salamat, GT. Salamat.
You take over the whole, we take over the whole Zoom. Everybody in the Zoom.
Thank you
So
very
that we will have fun. Comes the day that we all be together in the beach and you see how training will be. Especially the women. I want women to be men.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Killer of men.
All over the
That's what I want. I don't want women to be underestimated, I tell you. Huh? And that is the most important. Hello, my friend.
Hi, Arnel. Thank you so much. Vitaly.
Oh.
We'd like to acknowledge Tuhon Herald Kasanya. Tuhon Herald,
Hi,
maraming
Tito.
salamat for joining in.
Oh.
Herald.
Prayer. Yeah. Oh, here is.
Hello.
Now, you're beautiful. You don't want anybody to destroy your beauty. You know that? Huh?
Very nice.
Salamat. I'm gonna put gallery. Okay. Tito Herald. Pwede pa focus nga kay Tito Herald?
Yeah.
Hey, Rod!
Ma-focus lang kay Tito Herald. Sanali.
Thanks a lot. Thanks. Thanks for everything. I love you guys.
Tito, kamusta?
Hey!
Oh.
Rod!
Herald.
Ano na lang yan?
Tuhon Herald. Pagaling.
Oh, Tito. Parang picture ka na lang ha. Sige, ano lang tayo. Marinig lang tayo.
Rod! Good luck, man.
Salamat. Okay.
God bless you.
Anyone there? Is anyone there? Okay. We got you to go. Oh, si Alan naman. Hi, Alan. You're the guys just having that. Picture ka naman eh. They're taking pictures, I know. On the sessions.
Hey, the Power Girls.
Yes.
Hi, Alan. You're the one you're taking the pictures, right? Ikaw naman yung kuha ng pictures last time regarding ng yung mga sessions right?
Yes, I was the one.
Oh.
Well, thank you ha. Kasi mayroon kami pang actual pics yan eh. Doing well.
Hey.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
BTK, Peru.
Take it easy. Nice to see you.
Oh, sir. Check na. Sige, anyone? Sige, anyone? Thank you so much. Your time, sige. Fair, thank you. Okay, tayo pa?
Hey.
You two ladies, you two.
Ay, si Pajama at si Medic. Diyan nga. Ay, Tito Numbert.
Thank you, GT. Jam, thank you.
Sige, salamat, Get.
Okay. It's the duty of Mick and Don J to have another cosmetic. Zoom. Zumba. That's the real Zumba.
Zumba.
The boy.
May Zoom. Tapos ba.
Wow. Look at this. Lalin, Your two babies, Your two babies there,
Papilansing pa-applicable.
Makulit.
Papilansing pa-applicable. May nagsabi dito.
Oh,
Hi,
Robert De Niro. Oh my God.
Hey, Rob. Thank you so much. Okay, man. Oh, thanks for the lesson. Ampilansing. Thanks, Neil, for that. Mga sayings naman. Sige. Sige, guys. We're getting on nearly on lunch, so we have to prepare, okay? You guys.
Okay. Ingat.
Thank you, Jam. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Ethan. Hey, you, man. Ethan.
Yeah. See you soon.
Hi, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Maraming po salamat, GT. Kim, Jay.
Thank you, GT.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you po sa lahat.
Hi,
Ethan.
Hello, Ethan. How are you,
Hey,
bro?
Steve, man. How you doing? How you doing? Are we fine?
Yeah.
I miss you. I miss everyone.
From,
Oh yeah, sa Korea. Sa Korea.
Thank you from Korea.
Yeah, right.
Corrientes.
Yeah, man.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you on the 23rd. Okay, we'll see you on the 23rd. Okay.
Right there, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Hi.
Night.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, I'm
Okay. See you guys.
Robert.
Good luck. Okay,
Dinero.
we're taking lunch. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.